Down is going. Oh, I sneezed on stream. You didn't change fast enough.
It has now been revealed that Apollo is infested.
I thought there was going to be a game scare. I just couldn't hold any longer. I'm sorry.
It's not a problem. Unfortunately, we actually have an issue with the scoreboard right now. Just going to have to quickly swap that over. I don't know what it is with a Blizzard scoreboard interface. For some reason, they keep swapping the names over at the top.
Yeah, it does it a lot. And, oh well, I guess we'll have to just go with the flow.
Yes, that we will. There we go. I'm going to click that button, and I'm going to swap those players over.
There we go. Nice and fast.
Wonderful, is it not? Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to bring you Slyce. He's in the green trunks playing Terran to the east of the Zelnaga Fortress versus his opponent, Stone. He is in the blue trunks, and he, of course, is playing Zerg to the southwest.
And once again, you know, I said it before, it's very difficult for Zerg to play on this map because you can see the third base. Where does he take it? Does he expand to the south right, which is very easily dropped and very easily moved? When Terran takes a third base here, it's always going to be the middle. It's always going to be a planetary fortress because that is the center point. That is your pivot point to swing left and right, to reinforce from, to waypoint 2, to fortify. And as soon as that is taken, that's really hard for Zerg to break, especially with siege tanks, planetary fortress. So the later this game goes on, the harder it's going to be. But at the same time, it's not a horrible map for Mutalisks, because the way they can swing from the main to the natural to the third. The problem is if they get caught off in the main base, because there's no back base, like there's no air for actually them to fly around, they may die super fast.
Yeah, that's always a problem when you're trying to control the mutants. If you do not have a simple escape path, very easy to be trapped. Now, this is interesting play right here by Slyce. You can see there is one barracks down, and this is the infamous Macarax, a proxy barracks strategy, which involves placing the barracks out of normal sight range in order to try and catch your opponent out of position and, of course, off guard with a very aggressive opening.
He didn't stay long enough to actually scout it, because what you can do with the drone is you stay in long enough and you can actually see the timing of the orbital command and be like, oh, it was a little bit later than normal. Because obviously he's trying to build Marines at the same time. So doesn't matter though. I mean, he's still going to be able to defend against it. He's pulled drones. The spawning pool's on an okay time. He also cancelled the extractor, realizing that he just wants to focus on links. Because if you go for the extractor, you put 3 in there, you're not going to really be able to do anything with the gas, right? Because you're not going to be able to get speed up enough. And more importantly, he scouted that the gases weren't taken for Slyce. So there's that chance that it's going to be fast command center, or it can be this double barracks play.
Yeah, the proxy double barracks.
We will see 8 lings in production, so he's feeling it.
Yep, he sniffed that one out, and that perhaps is showing just how much of a veteran Stone actually is with that. Did not scout that. Maybe he did notice some hijinks going on, at least smelled it. He definitely knows now with the 2 SCVs at the front. This is going to be a big bunker pressure, followed up from the double barracks play. Stone wants to shut this down immediately, and he can. There's not, well, there weren't enough Marines there, and Slyce with rather unconvincing initial opening right here, and all of these are going to get absolutely crushed.
Yeah, not good whatsoever, especially when it's smelt out like that. You can basically, what do you want to do now as Slyce? Obviously you want to expand, but you want to wait for 5 or more Marines together again and then go again. You don't want to be streaming in a couple of Marines at a time. So he's currently at 4 just about. The 5th one is now running in, and he can go again now. 5 is just like this comfort number, and as we are at 5, he is going to micro and look to go again.
Yeah, and he should be able to pick these off. Unfortunately, if he gets surrounded like that, that's going to be very, very unpleasant. He's going to lose those Marines. In fact, that did not go as well as he'd hoped. And yes, he could have dealt with that, but he didn't. And now this command center is going to be denied for a while. And there are even more links just to follow that one up. He knows that he can't bust through. That's simply not going to happen. But if he can delay this command center for as long as possible, that's going to be a huge boost for Stone.
Yeah, no, it is. He could force a cancel, but it shouldn't get cancelled now. He has more Marines coming. They're going to clean up these 3 links rather easy. The gas has been taken now, but 8 more links in production. Stone is not giving up. He's going to continue to pressure this, maybe try to get that cancel down on it. and as soon as he has 100 gas, he's gonna get speed. He may even just go all in the sense of the word, for the Baneling Nest as well, and just go all out. Because he knows that the gases were late. He knows that Factory's probably late as well, and he knows he's ahead. And there's not going to be anything to stop unlimited amount of Lings, Banelings, and just Zerg units crushing down onto this natural.
Yeah, Slyce didn't actually micro that Marine at all, so it died and didn't take a single Ling with it, which once again, he's just getting engagement after engagement where he's coming off far worse than he should, simply because I think of speed, as you're pointing out. And Stone does smell the weakness. He's thrown down 10 more Lings. He's going to follow it with a short round of drones here. A forced cancel here would be absolutely disastrous, and it's looking like it is going to happen. There's the cancellation. And yeah, Stone could just bust this at this point. He could go for the Baneling Nest and try and bust that. He is going Evolution Chamber though, and he's going to throw the lair down as well. So perhaps just play the longer macro game, play the more comfortable game for him. Don't take too much of a risk and give your opponent the chance to catch up just because you got a little bit too over-eager and then ended up losing a lot of units and fell behind in terms of your economy. Go for the lair and perhaps even then go for either a Roach Bust or, of course, a Mutalisk attack.
Yeah, well, he could have broke down and bust through, but the damage was done as soon as that expansion got cancelled.
Yeah.
It's now 8 minutes and 10 seconds, and the command center has been placed down after a 2 barracks play. This is so late, of course, and there's enough Lings with speed soon, but he has to be careful. He now sees and can micro and control the map. Run by flanks.
Oh, that's not good for Slyce right now.
It's not good for Stone, actually. I mean, because if he, okay, he's going to get out, because if he actually got caught there, all those Lings were dead, and then he's in a bad place. But he did manage to get out, actually. And the command center will go up. There's no way you can stop that now at all. He just needs to focus on, once again, getting the double evolution chamber up his own style as we see the second one go down. +1 carapace. He also needs a third base pretty much now as well.
Yes, he does. And pushing forward right here to get a good creep spread out at this juncture and look to try and join up and grab this. He should be able to grab that base without too much of a problem. And Slyce sitting just with a force of completely unupgraded Marines. The thing is, the count is good. You know, he's been building from 2 racks for quite some time, and the link count from Stone is not all that high. Not to say that he can't respond to it. And the Baneling Nest is coming up as well. I think realizing that actually Slyce just doesn't have any tech. He's going for Marine tank, but at this point there is a potential vulnerability that he could be caught out of position, annihilate, and then of course Bust could come down and try and take out that natural.
And macro hatch going up now. I'm surprised there's no third base. That's really late now, especially playing with this Ling, the Ling Bailey style. You can take a third base now. There's no reason for it not to be up. With the amount of Lings you're going to have out with gut upgrades, you're not meant to be scared from timing attacks because you've got the unit count. And he actually throws down an infestation pit on 2 base. This is really unique play from Stone here. And I am interested to see what he has planned, but it looks like just pure, all right, this guy's not going to play macro and long. He's going to go for this strong 2 base push. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to crush it and then win the game. From what I can see, it looks like.
Yeah, that would be a reasonable assessment as far as I'm concerned, and it looks like the timing is going to be quite good here for Stone. He's going to get another round of Banelings out before this hits, and Slyce with a single medevac that's looking forward. He's I don't know if he spotted that Baneling. Maybe he did, maybe he did not. Baneling speed not done yet, so Slyce would have, well, indeed, Stone would have preferred to have this wait a little longer. He's going to go for it anyway, and honestly, the Marines are not in a great position to stop those Banelings from coming in and crashing through. A lot of Banelings were invested there, however, and it didn't kill that tank. There you go, finally follows that one up. So Slyce still with a bit of a push, but it has been blunted now, and fewer units coming in from Stone for the moment, and of course, the next round is going to have +1 and Baneling speed available.
Yeah, there's actually no need for Stone to engage there whatsoever. He's literally got 2 minutes from that siege tank to bunny hop all the way down, to get rid of the tumors. He could have just gone in with a lot larger force. He has 20 more Lings, 10 more Banelings on the way, and combine that with what he had already and waiting for upgrades to finish, and also the Baneling speed, he would have made it look easy, but he made it look a little bit more difficult for himself. Though this army in the middle, I don't even know if you can call it an army actually. It's pretty small. It's
a scouting force, it's an expeditionary unit. It's a small welcoming committee for the Baneling retinue that's coming down the middle of the map. Something along those lines. Slyce, getting sliced into little pieces here. However, I did like his marine spread, so we've got Stone knowing that it's going to be wasteful to engage with the banelings here, and very muted engagement, I suppose, in the center. Kind of hard to get excited about that.
I mean, he's going in with small waves of units, so Zerg, you have to wait and then go in with a much larger one. And he's invested in infestors. He hasn't got any infestors out. He's got the pathogen glands that is finished. The third base has only just gone up on the left-hand side. You know, it's just a little bit sloppy from Stone at the moment, but he's still in a comfortable position. He's just built 14 more drones compared to the 36 SCVs, and he's currently at 61 drones. That's a lot.
Yeah, all of these guys just having little engagements in the center here, and there's some siege tank damage being done there as well. Sort of using links here and there sparingly, trying to crack the siege tank line. And the follow-up from that, of course, will be the Ling and Infestor style, which it should, in theory, just smash this apart. But Slyce will need to be very well spread out to prevent those fungals from doing significant damage to him. And here it goes. It was, again, a tiny little force of Lings just pushing forward, maybe trying to bait Slyce out of position. More banelings coming in to follow that one up as well, and good creep spread for the moment. 3 creep tumors up here would force yet another scan if we wanted to try and clean that out.
Yeah, we need this. I'm surprised we haven't seen Slyce throw down a second factory. He's only just getting down. The second refinery's actually on the natural, so he is playing so far behind himself as well. He should have had a second factory going, should have had a second engineering bay down. He's just playing a little bit slow, but now finally Stone is going to be able to crush this through.
Yeah, well, I mean, there wasn't really much of a force to crush, honestly. I think Stone's quite disappointed by that. He would have liked a bit of a slaughter in the center. As it turns out, it was more of a mild bar fight.
Mild bar fight. And now the refineries got Ghost Academy added on to kind of deal with these infestors, to get the EMPs rolling and so on. But this third base is going to have to be lifted up, flown away, because it will not survive whatsoever. And the unit count is just so low for Slyce. Only a single factory producing tanks is not good enough at this moment of the game. There's not enough medevacs or even not enough marines. There's a lot of barracks here without any reactors on them at all. He's only just now adding them, and Ultralisk incredibly early in this sense of the game, but he's allowed to do it. He's on 4 bases versus 2 now. He has a lot of gas income once he finally gets into all these extractors.
Yeah, this game really isn't actually all that close, unfortunately, and the Ultralisk cabin, I think, is more of a showy move than anything else, and Slyce needs to try and take an expansion, but how exactly when his opponent has full map control? How does he do that? Infested Terrans coming down, a nice move to try and divert tank fire. There weren't even all that many tanks to divert the fire from to begin with. Only a couple of tanks at the front. In come the Infestors, Infested Terrans, and it is, let's be honest, a massacre. Yeah,
this looks like it's going to be the end of Slyce's seeding for today. He's going to go into tomorrow's tournament, but it looks like Stone is going to go through and he will advance to play Gomez very shortly. Unfortunately for Slyce, GG is called and he is out of the seedings for now. Top 6.